Today on Getting Real with the Housewives, Gina Kirschenheiter reveals what she thought about the housewives who were fired.
I feel that where we are now is a good place.
Then we break down everything you need to know about Heather and Shannon's fight. Plus, is Kathy Hilton back? We've got that plus so much more on this week's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey guys, Christina Garibaldi here with Us Weekly executive producer Mandy DeCamp. Mandy, welcome to another week of Getting Real with the Housewives. How's it going?
Good. Hey, Christina. It's almost the holidays, but we get no breaks from the Housewives.
Absolutely not. The Housewives news keeps on coming.
So we got to get to your comments from last week. A few of you actually had a lot to say about Gina. Lisa N said, "Oh my God, Gina is such a troublemaker. I don't trust her. She causes drama." And a few of you said very similar things. You're kind of getting me on your side. Maybe Gina was a pot stirrer last week.
She kind of was, because I mean, she was the one that went to Heather and kind of made blew this whole thing up. So
yeah, all right. I see it.
Yeah. So Elisa says Heather is so much better than Kelly. I feel like, what do you think? Do you agree?
I mean, they're like polar opposites in my opinion, so it's a little hard to compare them. I know we said last week, would Heather have done the show if Kelly had done it because they butt heads so much? I mean, I think they just bring different things to the table. I'm enjoying the break from Kelly, and I'm enjoying Heather back on the show.
Totally. I totally agree with you. All right, let's get to some Housewives news. What have the ladies been up to this week?
All right. So 1 year after production on season 11 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was forced to shut down due to coronavirus, it's happening again. So we can confirm season 12 is on pause for that same exact reason. Garcelle Beauvais confirmed on Monday that she tested positive for COVID-19. She posted on Instagram saying, "I found out that I tested positive for COVID. I feel okay. I'm sure I will continue to feel okay. My boys are being tested. So far, they've tested negative. We're going to continue to test them." She asked for some binge TV watching ideas for her. I say The Housewives, obviously.
Totally. Yeah.
Catch up on the past seasons. She's the mother of 14-year-old twins. We know Jax and Jade. According to reports, Beauvais isn't the only cast member who tested positive for COVID. The cast, which also includes Lisa, Rinna, Erika, Jayne, Dory, Kemsley, Sutton, Stracke, Kyle Richards, and Crystal Kung Minkoff, stepped out at the People's Choice Awards together earlier this month. Minkoff, for her part, confirmed she wasn't sick via Instagram stories on Monday, so we don't really know who has it, who doesn't at this point, except we know Garcelle does. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think these shows are...
I mean, I feel like it's kind of I feel like it's happening all over again. It's like,
I know.
It's kind of crazy. And then the fact that you mentioned that they were all at the People's Choice Awards, are a lot of other people going to be coming forward and being like, was this like another super spreader event? I mean, obviously the Housewives and NFL are totally different, but now you see that all happening in the NFL too. It's happening again. It's like, it's 2 years later.
Oh my gosh. It's really crazy. It's really bad. My sister lives in France and it's really bad there again. And it's getting bad here again. And yeah, I just don't want these housewives via Zoom for the rest of our lives.
Oh, we need them in person. We need to get back to normal, but it doesn't seem like that's happening anytime soon. So hopefully Garcelle feels better soon and it's not too bad, but wishing her a speedy recovery, definitely. Let's move on to some other Beverly Hills news because things may be a little awkward at the Hamlin household over the holidays. Delilah Belle Hamlin is raising eyebrows for a since deleted video about her parents, Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin. So in a TikTok video set to Jingle Bell Rock, the model wrote, "Unrealistic things I want for Christmas, for my parents to pay for my trauma therapy." Now, Lisa and Harry, who also share 20-year-old daughter Amelia Gray Hamlin, have yet to publicly comment on Delilah's video, but Us Weekly did reach out to her rep for comment. Now, both daughters have been candid about their struggles over the years via social media and on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and most recently, Delilah revealed she was hospitalized earlier this year after becoming dependent on Xanax. At the time, she said, "In the beginning of the year, I want to say February and March, it's when I got my COVID-19 vaccine. And after the second vaccine, I was sick for 36 hours. I felt like my bones were breaking, but whatever. That's when everything kind of started." She added, "I didn't realize that the vaccine would cause an autoimmune response in my body. I started getting really sick. I started feeling like I had the flu. I was getting migraines. I was having panic attacks. It was like my body was in constant fight for flight mode. It was horrible." Now, Delilah, who told her followers that she is not anti-vaccine, sought help from a psychiatrist for panic attacks. She said, my body got dependent on Xanax, number one, and number two, I overdosed. She added that she overdosed on this one medication and that she took Benadryl with it. And for some reason, she ended up in the hospital. She added that she got her treatments in Arizona and saying that my family and I are struggling to figure out kind of what to do. Mentally, I'm not great today. I'm feeling hopeless since the last treatment center didn't work out. Ooh, lots to unpack here.
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard, seeing this family on the show. From what we've seen, they always seem pretty happy. I feel bad for them. I don't know what's going on.
I feel bad,
but yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for them too. I mean, they've, like we said, that they've been open about their struggles, with mental health, with eating disorders and things like that on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It has to be a lot of pressure to kind of grow up in the spotlight and, having your parents be very famous. They didn't ask for this, and, they're kind of like always under the microscope. So it definitely has to be intense at times. And, she's speaking out about this, and, hopefully she's getting the help that she needs.
Yeah, I did notice that after this news came out, Lisa Rinna posted a bunch of throwback photos of the girls growing up on her Instagram stories. I don't know if it's connected, but it seemed like it might be connected to kind of show that, like, oh, she was happy in all these photos growing up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope they're all getting the help that they need and that they work it out, because I love the ham.
I do too. Oh God. Well, you have some happier news.
Yes. Okay. So Kathy Hilton is reportedly back on the Housewives of Beverly Hills. TMZ is reporting that she's expected to begin filming with the cast after they're done with this little break, hopefully with everyone getting sick, but also after the holidays, she'll be back. So according to their sources, she had previously refused to film because she felt she was undervalued and holding out for more money. So I wanted to ask our viewers, what do you think Kathy Hilton is making now? What do you think, what number would bring her back to the show? What do you think?
Well, it has to be probably whatever Erika Jayne is getting paid, I would imagine. Like, they definitely had to match.
I'm also wondering if she'll be back in a full housewife capacity or as a friend.
Right.
I'm going to go 1 million.
I think so too. I think so too. I feel like that's like a nice number for her. Not like she needs it, but I guess she wanted to, prove her worth, and she did.
I also saw that she's partnered with Fenty Beauty on her Instagram this week. Yeah, so she's now a paid spokesperson for Fenty, which I love. Which
is interesting because Erika Jayne used to be a paid spokesperson for Fenty. So I wonder if with Erika and with Kathy, who knows?
Yeah. It surprised me though, because I'm like, why does Kathy Hilton need to do a paid sponsored thing on Instagram?
Seriously, she doesn't need it. But hey, I guess if somebody's willing to pay you more money, the rich get richer, right?
Why not? Sit in the comfort of your living room and shoot an Instagram story, I'm in.
Totally.
All right, let's break down this week's Salt Lake City. So we got to start with Jen's big return to the show. Her lunch with Heather, we kicked it off with that. What do you think about that?
I think she's delusional. I think she just doesn't understand what's going on. Like when she was like, I don't need to hire an attorney. I didn't do anything. Like what?
Heather was
like, yes, you do need to hire an attorney. Immediately. You were arrested by the FBI. What goes on? I don't know. I don't know. Do you believe her?
I don't know. I thought it was the other thing that was absurd in this episode was her Popeye's lunch or dinner with Coach, where she was hysterical crying over people not reaching out to her. And Coach was like, well, your phone was taken.
Right. Yeah.
People can't reach out to you. They don't know your new number. And it's like,
and it's like, that's what you're concerned about. You're not concerned about spending years and years in jail. You're not concerned about all the lives that were affected by all of this because something happened. Somebody knew something, whether it was Stuart, her assistant, or somebody else. And then when she was saying she didn't have any business with Stuart either, it's I don't know, Jen. I don't know.
We have lots of questions for Jen. I don't know.
Lots of questions for Jen.
Yeah. So Whitney explained in this episode that she spent her family's life savings on her new beauty business. I don't know if I would have done that.
I definitely wouldn't have done that. And then when she spent almost $30,000 on a photo shoot, it's what goes on? What is wrong with these people? I
don't know.
I don't get it. I don't I'm sure she's making a decent money from the show, but to put your children's future, probably school, money at risk. Why do that? I don't know.
I don't know. I think that was a bad idea, Whitney, but I'll buy some of the beauty.
Sure. Yeah. I'll support it. What did you think of Meredith and Lisa's fight?
I think it was about time. You know, I think people need to put Lisa in her place. I've been saying it for a while. I think Lisa plays both sides. And I think it's finally people are just fed up with it and putting her in her spot, and she's saying do it now.
I'm surprised that this friendship hasn't imploded already, because I feel like by the end of this season, the two of them are no longer friends. I mean, I have no idea that we haven't confirmed that or anything like that, but it just doesn't seem like this is headed in the right direction, because like you said, Lisa goes back and forth. She plays both sides. She tells people what they want to hear. And then, 1 second later, she's kind of going behind your back.
I'm curious if at the reunion, if anyone is friends with Lisa.
Right. Yeah. Because how could anybody be, really? Because I mean, the only person that she doesn't talk bad about is Meredith. But I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But all right, well, let's move on to Real Housewives of OC and break down this Heather Shannon text message exchange, because what were your thoughts when this was happening?
I mean, Heather is so obnoxious with these words that she uses.
Oh my God, yes.
So I looked up the word adjudicate. So she said in a text to Shannon, I don't care to adjudicate your behavior over the past few weeks via text. So according to dictionary.com, adjudicate means make a formal judgment or decision about a problem or disputed matter. I would say she's making a judgment. So
I would think so too. I mean, they're using all these big SAT words. I mean, like seriously.
It's why we love Heather, but it's also why she annoys us.
No, totally. And yeah, it's just like, I mean, Shannon was trying to reach out, trying to, kind of say that she was sorry, not really. Mm-hmm. And then Heather just threw this English lesson at her.
Say though, and they did say it this episode finally, why is she friends with someone for 6 years and didn't know that she had sued her husband? And then once you find that out, why are you on her side? It's absurd to me that you wouldn't know that, or that you chose not to know that, or whatever.
It's the weirdest thing to me. Like, and then like, why would you still want to be friends with somebody that kept that a secret too? If you didn't know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many times a week they're getting sued. I don't know if they really have that many lawsuits to go through. So like, I don't know. This whole thing just doesn't make sense to me at all.
It's like, we both it's bizarre how she's on the woman's side who is the one who sued her. I don't get it.
I don't get it at all. All right, let's talk about Noella. What did you think first before we get to the divorce? What did you think about the sex dungeon?
Well, I can't believe the sex dungeon and her divorce were in the same episode. Because I'm like, what? You were using the sex dungeon and then you got divorced the same week? I don't get it. Yeah. I need to know more about everything. I am so interested. I have to say, this is the most interested I've been in a new housewife in a long time. Like, right? I think we're on episode 4.
Yep. I think so. Yeah.
Sorry, 3 or 4?
3.
Maybe 3. I'm interested in her story, and she was well cast on the show, I'd say.
She definitely was. And yeah, it clearly shows that sex dungeons don't save marriages. So
no.
But this divorce is it sounds like it's going to be messy and crazy. Yeah. So he lives in Puerto Rico. They were trying to sell their house. And then all of a sudden he kind of like swept the rug out from underneath her, searched her these divorce papers, and shut off all of her credit cards. And she has to take care of their son as well.
Yeah, that wasn't right. That was crazy that he shut off all the cards already. Yeah. I mean, I think there's big pieces of a puzzle that we're missing that she's not saying.
I think so.
But if it's just obviously we're only hearing her side on the show, but if it is her side, that's the truth. Like, whoa,
like that is intense. And I believe her husband is a lawyer. So I feel like this is just going to like get really messy and it's going to be like a long dragged out legal battle, but hopefully, for the sake of their son, that like they kind of figured this out. But God. But like you said, totally invested in the story and ready to learn more about Noella. Yeah. All right, well, time for real talk, and we have to get to more of our chat with OC housewife Gina Kirschneider, who revealed what she thought about Bravo firing 3 of the housewives. Take a look.
Were you relieved or disappointed at some of the firings that happened?
I'll read the 3. Who's the third?
Elizabeth, Kelly, and Braunwyn.
Oh, I think it was, you know what? I have a hard time because like, I have respect for everybody. Everybody approaches this a different way. Everybody is entertaining and I think serves a purpose. And I think I would rather respect what they brought to the show rather than focus on the negative about it. But I feel that where we are now is a good place.
Totally. Any communication with any of the three of them or not anymore?
No, I actually personally feel a little bit bad because I feel for Elizabeth, Elizabeth is a really nice girl. She's a really nice girl. And that book came out, The Diamonds and Roses, Dave Quinn's book. And I love Dave, but I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize it's going to be like direct quote. And I feel like I overshared a bit about Elizabeth. I actually feel very bad about oversharing about my opinion about her, where she came from. I think it was too much. And I felt bad about that. And she's really nice. She is a really sweet person. She'd give you the shirt of her back. Honestly, she's a really nice person, but it just wasn't, I guess, like the right fit.
Yeah.
Oh, Gina, forgetting that there were 3 housewives fired.
That was pretty hysterical. I love that.
Wait, there was 3?
Oh, man. I don't know. Would you want to see it? I actually completely forgot about Elizabeth.
I do too.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like there was some weird stuff with Elizabeth at the end of last season that maybe they could have wrapped up a little bit instead of just completely not having her on the show, but I don't miss her that much.
I don't miss her either. What about Kelly or Braunwyn? Do you miss them at all?
Nah. I think it's a pretty good season. They cast these new housewives pretty good.
They really did. And it's definitely keeping me interested and engaged. And yeah, like, I feel like, like Andy said, he needed a whole reboot and we brought it. So I like it. I like it so far. All right, well, let's get to our social spotlight of the week where we discuss which housewife caught our attention on social media. Mandy, who caught your attention this week?
The Countess. She brought back her cabaret. She's doing a tour right now. She actually posted this photo with a selfie with Leah, which I like to see. And she hashtagged it Women Supporting Women. And I like that because she's performing her new Christmas song that she did with the Housewives, which is stuck in my head the entire holiday season.
Catchy, right?
Yes. But one of my daughter's toys plays a melody that sounds just like it. So I think she ripped it off from some nursery rhyme.
I love that.
Every time my daughter plays with that, it gets stuck in my head again. So not mad about it. But yeah, I like that Leah was there supporting her.
I love that. That's so great. Mine is from this Instagram account called How Meme You. And they did like housewives based off of cats. So they dressed up this cat as Kathy, and Paris Hilton commented with some cat eye emojis. And then Kathy commented saying, at Paris Hilton, did you read my DMs? I feel like this is not the first time that Kathy has been reaching out to Paris on Instagram, being like, read your DMs. Like, why don't you just call your daughter or text your daughter? But I think this is kind of sums up Kathy pretty nicely.
I love that. It's amazing.
I love that so much. All right. Well, that is it for this week's episode of Getting Real with the Housewives. Mandy, thanks for running down all things Housewives with me as always.
Thanks, Christina.
All right. If you want to listen to the full interview with Gina, make sure you listen to our Getting Real with the Housewives podcast. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, and Mandy and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.